Essential. Bluebells again. Trumpet sounds in the chest. What are those white flowers? Stitchwort, apparently. Ah, yes, of course. Fern or bracken? Neither. No, both. Tender, early shoots, the gentle green May, April leaves, especially beech, but common grasses too, are equally appealing to the chest, the stomach, perennially forgiving, I would say, belonging to hidden worlds of meaning, too cerebral that, as far as observations go, not imprecise, just not quite right for a poem, let's say, if such sentences require designation in that way, which I agree defeats the point entirely, which perhaps is the point I'm aiming at. Singing birds. Many different kinds. I know a few of their names, common names, like the flowers. We have a colloquial relationship. Latin definitions evade me though. Common recognition, a sort of vernacular understanding, I suppose, which some claim is more vital to living in accordance in some way at least, but impossible really, for the proximity in which my house exists is a realm within a realm. I hear them all again. This new season even brighter, these late spring days unusually dry, I've come to learn the whistles, chirps, the warbles. Some I knew before we moved here. How long ago now? Not as long as I sometimes imagine. Nature, or landscape, which is truth, I dare say, can rightfully align one's inner life, maturation, say it plainly, one's inner life with one's actual age. Not so much grown up into manhood, but dissolved into beingness of surroundings, environment, which when in that environment, which creates a place or opens the space for that state of being to unveil itself, ourself, to ourself, say it another way, it is impossible, as far as I can tell, to be anything other than natural in this place, surrounded by the trees, shrouded by shadows that stay put, or at least move slowly enough to get the measure of them, without the need for prolonged interrogation, supposition. Here they are, what they are. Browning said, truth lives in us all, no matter what we believe. It is the innermost centre, Tennyson said. Nature, like names, half reveal and half conceal the soul within, which I think tarries. Yeah, tarries. Why not? With early thoughts or hidden worlds, indefinables, which, quite rightly, once seen, observed, noticed, become the plain world, the known world, the very world that we are. But how I'd love to know their names. The flowers, the birds, to locate each specific species within the cacophony, let's say wall of sound that I am so often confronted by. Confronted sounds aggressive, but all nakedness, all stripping back of ego is that, or has that, palimpsest nature of unearthing the untouchable or previously thought of as unreachable. I would love, I say it again, to reiterate, to remind, to hold myself to account, to know the names of each bird that sings in my chest, knowing the trees that surround me, that surround this house that I inhabit. No, we inhabit, my wife, my children, our two animal lodgers. Strangely, to know the names would make this building more a home than anything else that I can immediately imagine. Knowing the names of each flower that springs up eternally, I'd say, yes, internally, I mean externally, yes, as in for now, which is forever around me. That would be, in some way, to know the me I hide, or that hides me in my previous lives, whereas here it is impossible to do so. To hide those singing birds, those blooming flowers, make it so. To know something of me, something that makes turning away impossible, makes looking and so knowing essential. Brown patched earth of you, That blue burst strikes first like throat thirst, stung right in aloneness that makes right any loneliness. Unknown, I never knew what you were, could be, or pretended otherwise. Could you or not? That's not quite right. My meaning now lopsided, quite mismatched, but burst of thirst of blue gives resonance to this thirsty glint of blue through deep green brown patched earth of you. Again, listlessness as far as I imagine it to be, for what? The furvishness of the mind, isolated from the body's pain, the pain that tightens the chest again and again and again, locks what is below it beneath the skin in more than just flesh, the tension of physical ailments that affect as a consequence my mind. And I want to say soul but cannot. I cannot say soul but certainly my mind, how the body's pain infects my mind and therefore my spirit, no, my mind, where I exist, am existing, exist. Let me say this, at least what I am is awareness of that which I am not. The body is aching again. How it aches and aches. Do I tire you with my cries? Not quite cries, but my sighs, not sighs, but I do not have the words. Waiting. I have never loved as tenderly as I know I could. I have never loved as freely as I say I should. Kept waiting, waiting for grief or healing to break me open like I thought they would, but they never do for long enough that I might love as tenderly as grief and healing show me I can. I keep waiting, waiting. Nothing's certain. To flying flies or mating flies, nothing is ever certain. To scrapping goals or making love, all so uncertain. I wait for another set of wrestling beasts to write down, but nothing. In threes they say, come ringing bells, written pearls, in structured forms, nothing certain. Why not? Why won't you speak with me or reach for me in the dark reaches that separates us creatures, creatures crawling backwards towards a start again and end again? Why not speak to me again instead of leaving? Why not crawl towards me again and let me in again instead of always leaving? Ghost. There is on occasion, when dusk falls, the light fades, my mind recalls some previous life, my ears hear some previous lover's calls, or my eyes catch a shadow standing between this field and the next. Halfway round the lowest lawn I break bracken where dying docks become torn thoughts, come shrouding me more and more, and green spatters around me and make me new again. Oh, how often shame makes eyes droop, makes hard the heart that will not share. Basic needs are meant to be between us, but I would rather not speak the endless ways you fail me daily. Meditation. Arriving without expectations, I still arrive with at least one. Nothing, still something, till nothing now is one. Finally, no. Still something, till nothing now is none. Finally, I am one.